Hello and welcome to the new Fringe podcast. This is actually episode 5. Sadly, we're not going to be able to air episode 4 for professional reasons. I can't really go too much into that. So this is episode 5 and we're sort of joined with a new friend today, even though we've been texting off air, and he's also done the introduction to the show, which he's also going to talk a little bit about. And David is basically a music producer. You know, he's a lot more than that as well, as we have some really great conversations on life. Actually, off air, we talk about traveling and, you know, the warmth of Bob Ross, which is somebody I've just been introduced to this week. So we're going to have a lot of great chat about music, and we're also going to have a lot of great chat about life itself and the different avenues what present itself. You know, the beers are flowing on this one, so this is going to be another one what's going to be relaxed but also quite serious. So get ready, really enjoy this one. We've got David Clough on. I'm pouring this for you.
You are?
I'm pouring this one for you.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute cocktail. You can tell him.
I see what you mean about smoking up here, because it would be fucking perfect.
Have you got onion?
No, we're going to buy some cigarettes, but...
Just put it near the door. I think you'll be alright on that. We just got this thing here, so it's like a bit of cover as well.
Yeah. No, I should have got some then, but we went to check out, didn't we?
Yeah, we'll buy some.
We'll do it next time.
Yeah. You got a vape on you, haven't you? You can vape.
Ran out of battery, just as I came in.
We'll see. He usually puts the battery up in the corner of my eye. I do this. I look, and then I see there's like a little battery up. I'm like, alright, we're on.
Otherwise, it throws people off.
Go. Did you like the thing?
What
Tune thing?
Oh, it's spot on.
Yeah.
Like, I could not believe. Like, you know, when you send something out to somebody, you're like, I'm not sure if what I'm gonna get back is what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
But it was exactly what I was thinking.
That was
yeah.
fair enough, because I just literally just threw it together and just played on a little MIDI keyboard.
What? Like, how long did that take?
Probably about 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cocky in a good way.
I'm not trying to like flex.
No.
Fucking 45 minutes there.
No,
it just does. Because I've been doing like all that music stuff since like school.
How long ago is this?
Is this going?
Yeah. This is it.
Oh, give me
Alright.
No, I just did music tech at school and.
What school would this be?
Bulby Car.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, Lewis went to it as well.
Is that how you got? Are you like originally like different years? Or?
Oh, Lewis is about 2 years younger than me. The 4, I think. Same thing with David. So yeah, I'm oldest one in group sort of thing. But yeah, no, I just did music tech at school and that.
How was this? About 16, 17?
I don't know the bands.
Yeah.
Like what year were you? How old are you in year 8?
Ah, fuck.
Like how old are you in year 9?
14, 13, I think.
When do you choose your lessons?
Options, fuck me. Now I'm feeling old now. Like, remember when it was like
year 9?
Yeah. What sort of options do you have at school? My school had shit options. It was like you either become a bricklayer, or if you're a girl, it's health and social care.
I think it was quite alright, because like I said, because I had the choice to do music, which is like literally they'd ask you to either learn something or present a piece of musical.
Music is like a course.
Yeah.
That's decent, to be fair.
But I was already playing guitar at that point and being in bands, and I'm not having anybody telling me how to play guitar or do music, because I don't agree with that.
Well, that's the mark of a true artist. A true artist will never compromise.
Yeah, and I'm not having that. Well, that's why I didn't have anybody to teach me how to play guitar. Like, I just picked up a guitar. Well, my friend's like the one who introduced me to 2 guitars, but yeah, I didn't have anybody to teach me how to play guitar. I just watched it on YouTube and that.
Like learn yourself.
I just literally watch YouTube videos. and that's it.
You think that actually worked for me? Because now I'm thinking about playing.
That's why I said to you, you could learn how to play guitar in a week.
But do you have to have the fingers for it or anything like that, or is it just anybody?
Anybody, and it does matter when people say, "Oh, my fingers won't do it," or my hands, and it's well, you haven't tried, have you?
You think that's bollocks?
Yeah, I think it's an absolute load of bollocks, mate. Like, really is.
Because Peter got a guitar, and I kept asking him. Yeah, I kept asking him if he would actually. Have you actually been using it? And he's like, no. And I think that'd be me. I'd buy it, and it would.
I mean, it's one of those things where I've sort of got spare money. Like, and I'd quite like to learn it one day, but you know, I'm quite. I want it all. I want to be able to do film. I want to do music. I want to do.
Yeah, we're quite greedy, me and Peter. Like we want.
But realistically, I can only really focus on one thing. Like I can't really.
Yeah, it's like when we edit this podcast, that could take a couple of hours, can't it?
I thought you were going to be a lot older than you were as well. Sorry.
No, it's alright.
I mean, I don't know why.
How old do you think? When we
I don't know why, but when you said like this guy does all like I don't know. I just thought you were going to be like a 30-year-old bloke or something, like fat as well. I don't know why. Like,
a 30-year-old fat guy with a beard.
I have no idea why. Yeah.
But no, Aaron seems to like hype up this whole idea. Oh, Peter's got that on camera on set. I'm like, man, I'm just using.
No, but we're just trying to hype it up so you feel like you're doing something, if you know what I mean. Like obviously you're from Doncaster as well. We're all from we come from Bawtry. Like it feels like we've just walked into our back garden now, just to do this, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, man.
But we're just trying. There's something fucking interesting about this.
No, it is very.
Because it's like COVID. I don't know how you dealt with COVID, but me and Peter, difficult.
Difficult.
Yeah.
In what ways?
It's just mentally.
Mentally.
Like, yeah, 'cause I was. Go on, you're gonna say something.
I was just gonna say, like, when all lockdown stuff happened, it's kind of what I do anyway. Like, I don't.
There is that, but.
I'm not gonna put you on the list, Aaron, but you sort of speak. I was sort of alright. Because remember how like everyone was like, oh, it's gonna be 2 weeks.
No, but
I was like, it's not gonna be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You had a hard.
I thought that was crazy. People thought it was gonna be over in 2 weeks now, but this is crazy.
This is life for a bit, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't say that it was gonna happen over a year. Like I didn't know exactly, but like you just read all the news and like how many people are getting spread and how many people didn't know they had it. I was like,
I got it.
Yeah, same. I got it, but I didn't get tested. But I knew I had it.
The only reason why I got tested is because we did it for a laugh.
Fair play.
Yeah.
What's the test? Is it like?
It was the nose one and the throat one. Because my mum's a nurse, and we were talking about it, and she was like, she obviously got the test a lot more than I did, and she was like, oh, it's horrible, and I said, can't be that fucking bad. And she was like, alright, we'll go and get one now then. And then I got a test and it came back positive, and I'm like, in some ways it's a good thing that I did.
Do you think it was nasty? I thought it was pretty bad.
It did not touch me.
Didn't touch you?
It did not touch me. I didn't get any symptoms. Every morning I woke up and I smelled something really strong, just to see if I still had my smell. And like, when I brushed my teeth and like, I had nothing. I didn't have a single headache. I didn't feel shit. Nothing.
What I should say.
I don't think I had it. That's why I don't think I had it.
Like I think I got it, but there's no proof. So I could have just had like the flu or some shit like that. But I was on my back, and if I did get it, it was pretty rough.
That's what always annoyed me about it. I'm not trying to get all like weird or political, but that's what always frustrated about how people like, let's just get on with it. Like
that was me, to be honest. Now
I don't feel anything. It's like, yeah, but that's you. Like, what about the people who are gonna feel it?
Yeah.
But I think the world's got to continue now.
I agree.
I don't think it's worth.
Against like continuing people.
Yeah, well, it's only because we've started vaccinating people now, isn't it?
But I'm going to be like last to be. Have you been offered it? I'm going to be fucking last to be.
I mean, luckily
you two are going to be after me.
Yeah.
I'm older than
So what's that, like a year probably I get asked?
You'll get vaccinated before the end of the year.
Do you think?
100%. 100%.
I mean, at the end of the day, I was only bothered about my mum and brother, as long as those.
What's I mean? Everybody thought I was being a dick, like flouting the rules. I wasn't. Like I wouldn't go near my grandma or anything like that. If like in case I had it. I was very careful with my thing, but at the same time I had to work and I had to keep myself out there.
The first lockdown was 3 months, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That I didn't work then, but after that I haven't stopped working. Like do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've only had 3 months worth of furlough, while other people have had like a year.
No, I got nothing.
Did you not?
No, I applied for a few things, but I'm in a really weird position of being like self-employed.
I was just gonna say you haven't got any.
I've got no coverage whatsoever.
There's no structure really.
No,
You know
it's
what
like I work on like paychecks, and everything was dead.
Yeah.
I was refusing to go back to like bartending or anything like that.
But
So
you couldn't really, could you?
no, we couldn't do that. My bread and my butter is this, and then bartending.
Yeah.
So now, fucked. It's gone.
Well, yeah. Shit, innit? It's just shit. Well, it's good that it's towards end though. So,
Yeah. Well, I feel like something good has come out of it because, like, you know, we've come back and we've got this going.
Well, the music stuff that we started was like the first song I ever sent Lewis, well, song on the album called Atlas. I think I sent that to him in like April. So it's just been literally like a year since we started making music together.
Is that because of like lockdown or just time?
But honestly, bro, just the stars could not have aligned more like perfectly in regards to how it's all come together. Do you know what I mean?
There seems to be like some flow in the area now.
Yeah.
Like this happened like click of a finger.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
And has it all felt quite natural as well?
Yeah, it's organic.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. I feel like
It's not
actually.
felt like you've
No,
like,
I feel like people are actually wanting to talk about shit.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And I feel like we're actually going to get.
it's a good time to do a podcast as well.
Yeah, because everybody's coming out of something.
Yeah,
aren't
that's
they?
why everyone's been
Yeah.
locked up for fucking ages, not being able to.
Because we're going to be living.
Uh,
I'll cover that like that.
the non-branded.
I'll lower it in post.
There's no branded beer
No.
allowed.
Oh, no, I like we were saying, we need to get sponsored by Budweiser.
Well, it's like what Post Malone did. He just kept drinking Bud Light and Bud Light, drinking Bud Light all the fucking time, and just like, I love Bud Light, and he had sponsored it, and he had his face on the can and that.
Well, we can put all the sponsors in the windows and
Yeah,
shit
it's
like
good. I like this set.
Yeah.
I like all of this.
We picked it well.
It's a beautiful place.
We might have
Good
to
background.
fight. Everybody's been really nice in the building with us, but I got a feeling when more artists come back, we might have to fight for it.
What do you mean?
Well, because obviously there's.
Is it a shared thing?
Yeah, it's
So
a
we're
shared
like, is
thing.
every room kind
Everyone
of.
just sort of pops up. It feels like everyone just pops up.
I feel like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that have been nice with us. The people that have been nice with us, we're not using that space,
Mm.
and then the people that are a bit like, we are using their space because two artists are working here currently, so I hope that we can like work it out. Cause I don't want to be one of those things where like we're treading on other people's toes and like, all right, what we're doing is more important or.
It is though.
Well, no.
I'm sorry, Robert. Like, listen to this.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like we're doing something, and people downstairs have been saying, okay, there's like a buzz about the building now, so I feel like we're actually onto something.
Well, there's a buzz going around with in people just doing creative stuff.
Do you think that's because people have like reevaluated like lockdown? They're like, because people, my girlfriend, she doesn't want to be like a vet anymore. She wants to do something artistic,
Creative.
Yeah, I think people are realizing.
Well, they were like, have you heard of Bob Ross before?
Yeah.
But
Well, I didn't.
must have done.
I didn't till there's this guy over here. On like.
Oh, but I thought. Do you know what I thought that were earlier? John Snow for some reason.
Is that another Bob Ross you're talking about?
Yeah, the painter Bob Ross. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Like you made me look like an idiot.
I didn't know who he was, and I googled him last night.
He's
So,
an absolute boyo, Bob Ross. He's a proper boyo. But like at the beginning of the lockdown, just loads of painting sales and Bob Ross videos because he literally just does an episode, 20-minute episode, and he just paints a picture, and it's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah.
And he just does it in about 20.
Nothing.
Yeah, he's just doing stuff like that, and you watch it and you think, right, because I've looked at paintings like that before, and I've thought, oh my god, the amount of detail that you would have had to done is like like to get proper close to it and do all the leaves and that, and it's nothing like that. It's just like flick to the wrist and that, and then you'll get an entire aesthetic of a tree.
It's like a paint scraper.
Yeah,
Puts,
there you go.
like, paint on it and then it makes trees. And
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like this is a whole like you thought it was like.
Well, you mean like one stroke?
Yes,
Is this
literally, there was like a flick of a wrist.
Is it
and
like
you've got an entire
is it like a
branch.
modified like brush? Or
No, they're just normal.
Literally a
paper.
paint scraper. And he fucking.
I'm just trying to see if there's any like around here.
Is he like one of his times? Like we need like a James pull something, don't we?
He's sort of different in his own way because like he wasn't like a fully fledged like all of his artwork didn't get sold. He was
You're about Bob? Yeah, it's all
in storage.
Yeah, it's all in storage.
Thousands of pieces he made.
You know, every episode. So every episode of the painting, he did one before, he did one during, and one after, and then he picks the best and then keeps them.
That's a good system to work.
He's but he went army, like in Vietnam and like all stuff like that. And he went absolutely proper.
Oh, so he's an old guy.
Yeah, well, he's dead now, but.
I honestly just learned about him like this week.
I think it went 90s or something. The show it was one of it.
Late 80s.
I was just thinking probably like late 80s and early 90s and that.
Is he like the most like well liked artist on the scene?
Well,
Then,
he's so soft spoken.
And he's have you seen the ones where he's got a squirrel in his top pocket, bro? He's painting with a squirrel and he pokes out and he just like strokes it and he like taps on his head and goes back in and he's painting and he's just a wonderful, kind human being.
like a guy you want to hang out with.
But that's why people like him. It's probably not because necessarily entirely because of the paintings. It's because of how much a likable character he is. Like you're invested in everything that he's saying. Do you know what I mean?
You know how like everyone's like thinking, even like I don't know, like I don't want to name names, but there's people in the industry of like art and stuff, and you're like, no, they're really great, and then you find out there's this dark secret behind.
That really annoys me.
You can't cancel Bob Ross.
Yeah, that's
it. I think like two years ago, all my favourite people were going down for something, and I had to completely like change the people I liked.
But is it down for something? Or is it down for nothing, made out to be something?
Some cases it's down for nothing to be something. I'm talking about Louis C.K. now, who like masturbated in front of 5 women, and he. I
don't know the full story about that, so I can't. Really
no, but I'm sort of on the fence with it, and I'm not gonna.
If it didn't kick off at the time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously what he did wasn't good, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
We won't go into that, but yeah, it was more the thing of like just because I still liked him. I got flack from it, from people going, you shouldn't like him, you shouldn't even look at him, and
you're getting cancelled.
Yeah.
Off the back of somebody that you might have a bit of admiration for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Is it, like Lost Prophets?
Yeah.
You've heard of Lost Prophets?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Lost Prophets? Lead singer. Bit of a controversial guy. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
I physically cannot listen to their music.
No, I say with me Michael Jackson now.
Yeah, I was going to bring up Michael Jackson.
I can't. Because I'm not on the fence with him. I think he did it.
No, I don't. I genuinely, I'm 100% the other way.
Really?
100%, because I used to be very much like that. I was so convinced.
What changed? What changed you?
Have you ever seen any documentaries about Michael Jackson?
Like just about him?
Just his life, not the fact that he's done all this stuff.
Was the one like
just Michael Jackson in his private life?
I think I saw. Was it when 2012 one came out in cinemas? I think I watched that.
I think it's that called This Is It.
That's the one, yeah.
So there's some that came out before, right? And personally, when I look at him, I just feel. So he got famous like 7 years old.
Yeah.
Imagine being one of the most famous people, most popular singers in the world at 7 years old, right? He didn't really go to school, yeah?
No.
Didn't have any childhood friends, nothing. All his life he ever known was performing. You need to be at 10 out of 10 all the time. Imagine that pressure that you had from 7 years old.
Yeah.
What I think, and if he did do something, I'm not excusing it, like, but what I think is that he got trapped mentally
in that
state.
But do you think people around him?
That's why, when you used to see him and think, fucking, that's a bit of a weirdo, like, why is he acting like a child? Why is he talking like this? Is he, do you know what I mean?
I know, he's totally like a victim of abuse, but that's why, if he wasn't famous, if he wasn't Michael Jackson, would you think the guy down the road who acts like a child who's always around children? That's a
good point.
It's just like if I was on his like if I was his PA, I'd be like, all right, Michael, do not hang out with kids. It's not going to look good on the press. You can't do it. So
it's like when you're having kids stopping over his ass at Neverland and like, didn't nobody around him say this is not going to look good, bro. Like,
no, but
like the thing is, because I grew up like everyone else, probably loving Michael Jackson and dancing to his songs, like wanting to be like him.
Yeah.
Because he was fucking cool, wasn't he? But as much as I don't want it to be true. Like by all means, I'd love to listen to his music because I used to as a kid and stuff. But the thing that like made it odd is like, let's say you didn't actually touch him or do anything about it. Like, let's cut that. You still did things that if someone down the road you heard them doing stuff like that,
that's true.
You'd be like, that's still too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
that's right. It's just like the fact that he slept in bed with kids.
Yeah, that's a smoking gun for me.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Legit, like, said, yeah, I've done that, but I didn't touch him. It's like, that's still too far. Like,
that is still too far for a man of his age, and Michael Jackson of all people to be doing.
Yeah. But you don't think he actually did like what said?
I don't know. I'm on fucking.
You're on the fence now.
I don't know.
Plus, also like the victims, like the fact that people are like, oh, they're coming out for money, and I don't think people would want to be associated with being raped by.
So right, not too long back, there were them two guys.
Wade
right,
and
the documentary. That
Wade and somebody else.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
Don't care. They're liars, right? They came out when they were younger. They said it happened. Yeah. A few years later, they retracted the statements, and then now. Well, not now, but when that documentary came out, they've come back then out. So they've changed the statements 3 times.
But do you think it's because of the victims now, and they're just
Like, they've got to be, because they never said they hated him.
imagine.
That's what confused me.
I think
it's because of the statements.
I think they're obsessed with him.
He did horrible things to me, but I loved him.
But then for them to say no, everything I was saying were bollocks, and then coming back out and saying no, everything that I said before that. Do you know what I mean? It's just. You're not helping yourself.
It wouldn't surprise me if people behind the scenes and the parents are like, just drop it though. Because like, imagine walking around and being known as that person. Like,
there was already known as that person from like 13 years old anyway. So fuck it.
Yeah, and then
ride it.
At some age, you got to be like.
I believe them.
I don't want to.
What?
Yeah, but would you be able to notice one of them two blokes walking down the street amongst everybody else in Doncaster?
But at the same time, abuse victims feel very much like
the camera's on them, like everyone's looking at them.
Someone just looks at you, but
I was
looking at me
because they know.
I was watching this video of like the worst serial killer of all time. No, and it was like the worst interviews of like horrific people, and one of them was like a child predator. And I'm not going to repeat what he did because it's shocking. It shocked me. The stuff what he talks about is so shocking. If I was the victim, I would not want to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're talking like bondage to 13-year-old boys, and I couldn't do anything in my life for about an hour after I listened to it. So that's, I mean, if you was in that situation, I don't know how you would tell somebody.
It's almost like I feel like they were young enough where they didn't truly understand what had happened to them, so they're openly talking about it. Then they get old enough to understand. It's like, now I'm angry about this, and now they're past that. They're like, all right, I made peace with it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know because like there's a lot of shit going on. I don't want it to be true, but I can't deny the fact that it's not so black and white.
Yeah.
It's alright for me. I wasn't really.
It isn't black and white. That's the thing. It's not. Ironically.
It doesn't matter if it's
I was never really into his music anyway, so it was sort of easy for me to like.
I wouldn't say like I don't think at any point in my life even when I was younger, I'm going to put a Michael Jackson song on.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed his music when it's come on.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. But
it was always played at not my parties, but parties I was around. So I was generally like I liked him a lot. Like I didn't have his CDs. I wasn't into music when I was younger, but like I like dancing and Michael Jackson music's good to dance.
Yeah, no, it is.
So it was always that kind of connection.
What sort of music do you like? Because it's hard to place your
me.
Yeah.
I've got a massive everything. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not.
So
I genuinely don't care.
You're a proper all-rounder.
Yeah, I could. One of Justin Bieber's new songs, got Hold On, absolute banger. But then I'll go and put on Slipknot, one of the songs on Slipknot's first album on the next song, and then I'll listen to Marilyn Manson, or I'll listen to Elvis, or listen to the Beatles. I just enjoy music.
I think you'll be like me then. I was listening to Marilyn Manson the other day,
but mate, I put that Beautiful People on for the first time in years.
This is it.
And he took me back to being about 13 with long black hair in my bedroom.
No, this is it. I put it on the other day because obviously something happened with him as well. So I thought I revisit. Yeah, I thought I revisit his old music and I put Beautiful People on. Gee, it's still good. It still goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it is a banger. Like, I like. Well, that's what really got me into music, with like the hardcore type of music. Like,
well, he was a journalist, wasn't he? And then he just flipped into he flipped into.
I have no idea. He's.
That's what I like musicians like that.
He's an interesting individual.
I think that's why he got cancelled now, because how he is, he's just a perfect target for like.
He is, like everything that he does is always controversial, so we were bound to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Because he's always.
Wait, he made a video of like killing his girlfriend. I don't know if that was artistic or if there's more to it, but even so, like releasing that, it's still gonna like it's something like if he's gonna get cancelled, this is perfect animation. Yeah, you're asking
for it.
Yeah.
No, I like all music. Marilyn Manson's cool.
Have you ever like phases of like you're really into this at one point or?
Yeah, well, like, when I first got into music, it was like American punk rock bands, like really early Blink-182, like Buddha, Cheshire Cat. Them sort of albums like Dude Ranch, some 41, some old stuff. Have you heard a band called No Effects?
No.
Bad Religion,
Bad Religion.
Propaganda, Fugazi. These are like just like old American proper punk rock bands, like skating punk rock. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what I used to look like. I used to have shorts all the time and like socks up here, like trying to skate even though I can't and that. So that's really how I got into it.
Yeah, we've got a friend like that who thinks he's a skater, and then when he actually tries to skate, he can't do it.
I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to be able to, like, you know, like people when they go to bowls and like.
So if you were American, you'd be like in LA hanging on the.
100%. I would have been in like San Francisco, not San Francisco. It'd be LA, that sort of stuff, just like coastal stuff. Like.
Have you seen mid '90s, like the film?
Not the film.
That's about skating. That's quite cool. Yeah,
really good?
Yeah, it's really good. Check it. Cool.
Sponsored by mid-90s.
But what was it like actually being? Have you actually struggled being here, like just being in Doncaster, like opportunity wise and?
What do you mean artistically or just?
Yeah, well, artistically and what? Because the music scene's hard to place here as well.
Yeah, it is. Like I said to you earlier, well, I've always been in bands up until like what I've been doing now, but it's just finding people to do it.
Yeah.
Because what I think is like everybody like in Doncaster will go to the schools and you know when it comes time for uni, they'll fuck off to uni, Sheffield, Manchester, Leeds, and then they'll go and do it all there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because like everyone like wants to leave Doncaster to go and branch out because there's more opportunities elsewhere. Yeah. So I think all the good stuff out of Doncaster. Have you heard of Youngblood? Yeah. He's from Donny, isn't he? Yeah. And like, what did he do? Fucked off to London. And what happened to him?
He's supposed to be like doing like the tour here. He's supposed to be like touring the Dome.
Is it? Well, it will be because he's.
But I don't know how much he's from Doncaster. I looked into his thing.
My mate went to school with him.
Alright, so he's actually properly from here.
Like he bullied him as well.
But I think
not to like be like cool about it, but that's what he said. He were a dickhead to him as well.
The guy from One Direction who went to.
Yeah. Holocaust. He went to Holocaust as well.
He went to. At one point, I think he was in Hayfield, which is where I went. I wasn't in the same generation as him, but
I think he's like more my.
Yeah, he my left just as I was coming in.
Yeah.
Well, you're 25, aren't you?
Yeah. No one liked him.
Oh, yeah, older than me then. I'm 24, so you're one.
Is he? How old is he like?
23.
Is it?
20.
Is he?
Yeah, I think.
I remember I went ice skating once, right? With my girlfriend at the time. I remember like.
Is it the Dome?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Years ago, like when I can't even remember how old I was.
That was the place.
But she finished me. Do you remember George Sampson?
Yeah.
When
he does the backflip in the water.
Yeah. She finished me for him. First time I ever went ice skating, I was so nervous. I rented some skates as well. I was so excited to go. And then you know that little middle bit where they like put little tunes on and that. And she went, "Oh yeah, you know George Sampson?" She went, "Yeah, I'm going out with him now." So, so I had to skate off the middle island. And I don't know how to skate. I don't know. I just turned out that George Sampson and him from One Direction just
it's like
cross stories.
You know what? Like. I was just thinking again because me and I were talking about this. How like we live like so close to one another. We probably came across each other.
We had to have met. Because if you went ice skating, I went every Friday. We had to have passed each other.
Yeah, I only went once.
That's it.
I went once and got finished. Too much trauma, bro. Right. Too much trauma.
I always went swimming. I didn't really like ice skating.
I like the idea of it. I think it's what I like is that ice hockey. Ice hockey looks cool.
Are you into any sport at all?
I love football.
Oh, there we go.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who's your sport?
I used to support Doncaster Rovers.
Yeah.
But now I just like football in general. Football. So I like
I'm a Liverpool fan.
All right.
Do you like football?
I'm sorry about what's happened this year.
We've been riding high for 2 years, so it's going to happen at some point. I'm not bothered.
I don't dislike it. I'm just
impartial to it.
Like, what am I meant to talk about? You guys can enjoy that.
We might get around to it then.
Yeah, I love Liverpool.
Or now?
I even love them now. It's just we've been riding a high for the past 4 years.
I think he's going through something. To be honest, I think a lot of big clubs are going through something.
Yeah,
right now.
and what I think like a major part of it is like Liverpool need the fans more than anybody else.
Are we talking you're like a hardcore Liverpool like all your life sort of supporter here or?
So I was a Man United fan up until like the age of listen.
This is interesting.
So I was a Man United fan up until like the age of 6 or 7, because my dad is. Everybody in my family is a Man United fan. They're all die-hard Man United fan. My dad's.
Are they from Manchester?
No.
Just like loving it.
Nobody who supports Man United is from Manchester.
That's like Man City now.
Yeah. But he's got a few Man United tattoos. Like, he's been a die-hard Man United fan all his life. Probably loved the fact that he's got a kid that he could put his in the Man United kit, buzzing and all that. And 2001, it was, I think it was the final FA Cup, Liverpool versus Arsenal. Right?
Yeah.
Michael Owen scored 2 bangers.
Yeah.
Right? He scored 1 goal, I think, in like 90th minute or something like that to win game. And I came home with Liverpool top on with Michael Owen, because I went to my mate's house and he was a Liverpool fan. And my dad was this close to battering me when I came home with like a Liverpool top on, and ever since that day, I've been a Liverpool fan.
That's why. That's usually what happens though. It's like parents will get you into the team.
Yeah, and then I remember going to my auntie's once or something, and I didn't have any like tops to dry, and he's like, "You're just gonna have to put this Man United top on," and I refused, and I started crying on the doorstep. I'm not putting a Man United top on. I support Liverpool.
Don't you think like football fans are so interesting now? Like where you're born like that? Because some people are born and that they just support that team.
It's like you're born into an ideology.
Yeah.
It's like born into religions and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very serious football. It's like it's a big thing for people, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Especially in England.
Yeah.
It's like people take it to a religious.
Yeah,
seriously.
it's a religious thing. It's like, well, it's changed a lot now to how like it used to be when it was.
Do you prefer like the golden age? Like, because like, I'm talking like.
I prefer the golden age, yeah.
Like Ronaldinho, sort of like that sort of
era.
No,
my favourite player ever is Steven Gerrard. It's as simple as that.
But what generation Steven Gerrard? Like his early career, like his
mid 2000s. So like when I got into Liverpool, like I said 2001. That's when I was like a Liverpool fan. Up until like 2010, because we won Champions League in 2005. We won.
That was one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
Against AC Milan.
Yeah, we were losing 3-0 at half time.
I'm
back.
I could not.
Penalties.
I had never been so. I wasn't even a Liverpool fan, but I was excited what happened.
I remember talking to my mates at school about it next day. That's how fucking good it was. But yeah, no, I'm just. Football's a big thing for a lot of people, and you can see why. Like,
it's understandable, isn't it?
It's a massive social thing, and
I hate it when people think it's just. They just look at it and just think it's just like a sport. Or
it's
like
not though.
There's way more to it.
It's not.
I think you've got to play it as well. I think people will play it a little bit
to understand it.
Yeah. Because if you play on the Astro or pitch with your friends, you know.
Like I used to play Sunday League. I'm a terrible footballer. Like, the only like quality that I've got is like I'm fast and I don't stop running. That's like the only thing.
So what, are you like a right back or like a
I left back.
Left back.
And I remember when we used to do Sunday League and that, my manager like brought me on in a game and he says, get him.
Well, just go for him.
Yeah, and he says that cause obviously when you play a team, everybody knows each other's like weaknesses and their best points and stuff like that. And like I've always known as a person who just used to just like fucking run after people and not stop and like, do you know what I mean? And he was like, get him, and you just like come on pitch and like smash him. But that's like what you said about you need to play it to kind of understand it.
I think you do, because I even though I try and I'll show videos of like really cool like goals to people and things, but they don't have that feel. Because when you're with your friends and you score an absolute belter of a goal, the feeling inside is so good. Like it.
Aaron needs this conversation. You can't talk to me about this. As a kid, my dad got me to play football, and I did like it, but it just never was my thing. I was always into
it's not even like the goals, it's the it's just being in a ground with so many people singing and chant abuse at another team. It's just nothing like it.
I guess it also didn't help that my family wasn't necessarily a football family, but my dad was big into football. My mum didn't care. My older brother didn't care. My little brother didn't care.
So yeah, I guess my family were quite football centric, to be honest. They were Man United fans as well. So I guess I didn't really stand a chance.
Yeah, no, you don't. Bless you.
Liverpool, yeah. But I like Peter knows the team. What I really love is Barcelona. I'm obsessed with them. I'm trying not to say I support anybody now. I would if I had to choose anybody with Barcelona. But I just like I'll follow the Italian league. I'll follow the French league. So I just love any any team.
It's just Liverpool for me. Like I don't watch unless like yesterday Chelsea played Man City in semi-finals. I watched that because it's.
What happened in that? I didn't see anything yesterday.
Chelsea didn't play City. Chelsea played. Who did Chelsea? You won't know. I'm just looking at you like,
is it FA Cup?
I'm blank.
Or?
no, Champions League.
Oh shit, no, Real Madrid.
Yeah, Chelsea played Real Madrid, beat him 2-0, so it's Chelsea and City.
No, wait, who beat Paris?
City.
So
it's
City final.
City and Chelsea final.
That's weird, that, isn't it? That's a
And
weird final.
I'd much rather Chelsea win than Manchester City, if I'm honest with you.
I really like Pep now, so I want Pep to...
I don't like... I think he's a decent bloke, but I just think... in an arrogant way, I could have done what you've done.
Do you think? Are you going for the opinion that he got like...
He's a checkbook manager in some ways. Like, I'm not doubting his ability. He's obviously got a lot of knowledge as a football manager. He knows a lot more than I do, right? But everywhere he's been...
Well, think of the egos he's got to manage now.
Like he's had the best players... Barcelona. He had the best players in the world.
But they wasn't performing before he got there. And then he like turned them into like what they are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But...
I know you say about City. He spent, I think, billions, isn't it?
He's spent a lot of money at City. It's like if you look at the bench, whenever City play, you've almost got a starting 11 on the bench, a quality starting 11 on the bench, and I don't want to just like compare it to Liverpool because it's just like that's like been the story about football for the past few years is like Liverpool or City. But like if you look at Liverpool's bench,
no, but
it's dogger.
Yeah, but Liverpool, their players are like grinders. They grind games out, don't they?
You look at the starting 11 for Liverpool at the beginning of this season, yeah? And you look at the starting 11 for Liverpool and the Champions League final in 2017 when we played Real Madrid, apart from two players, exactly the same.
Not talk about that game, though.
Yeah, we lost that one, I'm not bothered. But...
No, but it was stupid, that game.
Yeah, because the keeper.
Ramos was a bastard.
Yeah, Ramos is a bastard. Yeah, but it's exactly the same team. And you've got to think that they've been performing 110% for the past 3 years, do you know what I mean? Like, I've been knackered. Like, do you know what I mean? That's why they've had a fall off this season, I reckon. Do you know what I mean? It's just been a bit too much. And the fact that there's no fans there to give them that extra boost and all that sort of shit.
No, I 110% agree. But, like, you had a lot of injuries as well.
Yeah, Van Dijk getting snapped at the beginning of the season. But then so from the moment that we won the league...
Yeah.
We started playing shit.
But can you do back-to-back leagues now? I know teams have, but I think it's really hard, especially in the Premier League as well, to actually keep that level.
City's done it. They've done it before.
I think Chelsea done it once, haven't they?
Yeah, Chelsea have done it.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. Like, I'm not bothered that we've had a bad season. Shit happens.
Yeah.
We've just won Premier League last season, won Champions League year before. If they can't afford to have a fall off, and I'm going to be a dick about it, I shouldn't be a Liverpool fan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster. That's life. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit.
What do your family think about the Liverpool thing? Are they like,
they're not bothered now.
Not bothered anymore.
But when me and my dad talk football, oh my god, it's one of the most awful things, the most awkward conversations in the world. Because let's say I'm sat with him watching Man United, and the tackle goes in, and he's like, "Oh, referee!" I'm sat there thinking like, that's not really. Like,
it's a generation thing as well. I think our generation talks about football a lot different to how the old generation used to talk about football.
Yeah, because the game is different. It's a lot softer now.
You know the football hipsters, don't you? I feel like there's so many, like the sort of like football hipsters who like support. So they'll be English, but they'll support like Dortmund. And then they sit in bars and they really, really go in depth about
They'll
the game.
Get out a tactical sheet and start at 11 and be like, right boys, this is...
But they don't understand that when the game actually starts, anything can happen. Like
anything
it's
can
not
happen at any point.
Yeah, even if you're the top player, you can fuck up, and something doesn't go right. Which is another reason why I don't think people understand who haven't played the game, because if you're taking a penalty and a world class player misses, people will think, well, how's that world class player miss? But it's the fucking pressure, isn't it?
It's that, and when you said it like about people playing football, like they need to experience it. Bro, when I scored one of my goals at football, I never scored many, but when I did, I have never had that feeling inside.
I remember them all.
It was genuinely like I was Steven Gerrard at Anfield, and I've scored and I'm running in front of a cop, and I slide on my knees. I'm like, yeah. And there's about 4 parents there going. But in my head it's like fireworks going off. I can see myself lifting trophy end at match.
That's what I mean. You like. It was always a thing with the girls as well for me, because girls would come and watch the game. Yeah. And I would play. I was like a left winger as well, so I was fucking sharp on that left wing. Yeah. As soon as the ball came to me, I'd try and do something. Yeah. And because I thought I was like Ronaldinho or some shit like that. And that's when we watch football, we're sort of seeing ourselves as those footballers, aren't we?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, you always live through like what you like, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's like I've done this all my life. If I watch like a live performance, I'll put myself in their shoes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I'll put myself in their shoes and like manifest my music playing of it instead. Do you know what I mean? It's like mental stuff, but you just manifest it through the people that are doing stuff that you're not doing.
So you do some gigging then, like some proper?
No, I'd love to.
Well, you're staying like behind the scenes sort of thing.
Well, when me, Lewis, and David, we're going to do some gigs and that when we're allowed to.
Yeah.
And the way that it's going to be is we're going to add more elements to the songs live.
Yeah.
Because I can play guitar, I can do piano and that to a decent level. I'm not saying I'm good on the keys and that.
That's really good.
But I'm alright. I would say like 40% decent, or like maybe 30 or something. But yeah, then just like add layers to it live. Maybe get some drummers as well. Just like I said, just make it more full live, like a band thing. Like
an opera sort of thing. I like bands what have got like a really like they've got like 7 things going off.
Yeah.
And do you like long songs? What, like 8-9 minutes?
Not really.
Or is it like short? Okay.
No, I can max. Have you heard it All Around the World by Oasis?
Yeah.
That's about 8 minutes, that, right, or 9 minutes, and that's just absolutely. I don't understand why. Do
you think it's like self-indulgent, or do you think I quite like it, to be honest?
They said it's just because they took loads of drugs and thought it was a brilliant idea to make a song 9 minutes long, but
all Stone Roses then.
Yeah. No, I'm not bothered. Like five minutes max. I don't think there's any need for a song to be 9 minutes.
I'm on the other side now. I love listening to like musicians just jamming and just fucking around.
Well, that's different. Like there's a song and there's like music.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You like a quick hit, like a quick hit of music, and then there's one.
No, what you're saying is like like a musician just jamming along and that. Yeah. I would consider that music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, jazz then.
It's
all
like
right.
Jazz sort of thing. It's like riffing and just not just, but do you know what I mean? Like coming up, improvising and stuff like that. I don't know. I'd consider that more music.
Yeah.
But a song,
yeah,
you've got structure, you've got an intro, you've got a verse, you've got a chorus.
So it's like a story sort of thing.
Yeah, I would consider a song more like a story because it's got more structure to it. Do you know what I mean?
I've never thought that way, but it's interesting. I like that.
A piece of, take like a soundtrack to a song.
Yeah.
To a film, sorry. A soundtrack to a film, yeah?
Yeah.
You wouldn't consider them songs, would you?
No.
You consider them pieces of music.
Yeah. That's it. No, that's spot. Yeah, when you listen to a film, if you take that piece of music from the film, you're still thinking of the film, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you're still thinking, so it's like designed for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But so are you designed? Well, you designed the intro for this, which is phenomenal. But that's what I mean.
Just riffed. All I did is I've just found a simple drum loop.
Yeah.
And that's that like a lo-fi drum loop.
Yeah.
I could have done it myself, but I just couldn't be asked. And then I just did that, and then I got my MIDI keyboard out, just loaded up a few like Rhodes keyboards and that, and just.
I'm honestly fascinated with like anybody who can make music, because I can't paint, I can't make music, and I'm just fascinated by how fast and how easy they're able to just pull things together. I don't get that. Like
I don't in some way, but it's just learning. It's just the same thing with anything, isn't it?
So do you mean like you have to have like a real in-depth knowledge in that field, and then because you got in-depth knowledge, you can.
Well, I think it's more field because when I make music and stuff, 90% of it is sound selection.
Yeah.
And picking sounds that sound well with each other, that contrast each other very well. Like if you're making a song, you're not going to have loads of sounds in like a high frequency because that's just not going to sound right. You need the full frequency. You need your lows and your highs and your mids to be able to make the song sound full. If you've just got it all in that high frequency, it's going to sound shit.
Yeah.
I mean? So you need to get the contrast. You need to get your basses. You need to get some that's going to fill out the mid. You need to get some that's going to fill out the high. And then you incorporate it just like that.
I watched somebody mix and it's insane. Like
I was thinking of bringing my laptop. I should have brought my laptop.
Well, we obviously edit films and we play around many layers of like we've got sound, we've got everything.
Tracks.
But I've seen like a musician like editing a song and the layers are insane and the kick.
You know what's quite mad is a lot of the stuff that I make is a lot of stuff that's popular and a lot of people like doesn't have a lot of layers.
Really?
It just really
like 2 or 3 things sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a few instruments. Like,
yeah. Are you one of those people that can just tell instantly if something's not a great, a great mixed song? I can't. I've still hanging around with musicians.
Mixed stuff, yeah.
Like a musician be like, right, that one note sounds a little off. I don't hear it.
that does come with like practice
Mm.
and just being around quality stuff, because that was my thing for a long time, where that I wasn't producing the quality of music that I wanted to be producing in regards to sonically how it sounds, because I wanted to be making music that doesn't sound any different if you went on your Spotify and press play. Do you know what I mean? Just sonically, like the clarity, the production on it and stuff like that. But since I've met these two, like I said, when I show you some album and that, like I'm just really impressed with how good it sounds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even like the mixing, the vocals, the mixing the beats and the songs and stuff like that.
So it's not like a tech thing. It's just like getting that knowledge and getting like.
If it sounds right, it sounds right. That's as simple as that. Like I could get you a laptop with 10 tracks, yeah, with the drums and everything included, and I could show you how to mix it, and you could decently mix it yourself, because it's just pretty much all levels.
I think I'm pretty close to trying to do it.
It's just
I've
all
thought
levels.
about it.
That's all it is. It's not. You don't need any vast knowledge or anything like that. It's just literally sorting your hi-hats. You need to be lower than maybe your clap or your snare or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's literally all it is.
We help a lot of musicians. We do like we're going to do some album covers for some people. We're going to like graphic design.
Yeah.
We're going to do some music. We do a lot of music videos predominantly.
Yeah.
And a lot of these like musicians can't find the space to record. They can't find like the way to mix. No, but in terms of they just don't have any money, or like they're struggling.
So I'm going to say something that I
Go
don't
on.
want to get incriminated by in the future by any law stuff, but I haven't paid for a single.
Session. It's just who you know, sort of thing.
No, I've got a laptop.
Yeah.
With FL Studio on it,
Yeah.
premium edition,
Yeah.
all the plugins that you can ever want, top stuff that costs hundreds of pounds. It's all on my laptop for free.
It's black market sort of shit.
And just look like YouTube how to download FL Studio for free, and then that's it. Just get it like that.
So do you think a lot of like musicians just aren't kicking themselves in the
They're not looking. They're trying to port the studio, or I don't know. I just think it's
Do you think it's partly like they want the whole experience?
Yeah.
So they can go back and say, "Oh, I've been recording in the studio."
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. It's like I think that
Gives
people
them a
put
bit of, like,
hurdles in front of themselves. I think they're thinking, "Oh fucking, I can't go to a studio, so I can't make this song sound well," or "Oh, I haven't got this guitar, so I can't make." Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
It's
that's
excuses.
not how it works. That's not how it works. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you put the time and effort into it, it will sound good. That's as simple as that. No matter. So this entire album, we haven't stepped foot into a studio.
This is really interesting.
Simple as that.
Me,
No studio time
me and
whatsoever.
Peter do not
Two
make.
bedrooms.
Me and Peter do not make films how you think a film will be made, and we've made more films than we've made more films than anybody like in our generation's made, because we haven't stuck to like the rules.
There is no rules. With creativity, there is no rules.
So do you think if like musicians actually fucking pull the finger out and the
I wouldn't say take any advice from me, because I'm not that sort of thing. And it's not advice, like, but I just think people are getting too caught up in the shit that does not matter.
But do you think that that's excuses for
Yeah.
themselves?
Oh, yeah,
like
of
they're
course.
just looking for like.
It might not be excuses, but it just might be something that they're not entirely got the understanding about. They might just think this is how you do it, because for a very long time I thought, like, I remember saying to people that, oh, that sounds like it's been done in the studio, that.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
But that does not make sense. That doesn't exist. That connotation, that does not exist, because I'm making stuff now that, to a level, I'd probably say is maybe 10% or 5% behind what a studio could pump out, just because they'll have engineers and racks of stuff that cost £45,000 and that. Do you know what I mean? That would be the only difference.
This is really interesting. The people we know, they're trying to do it a certain way. So it's got to be like, they've got to get like a single, then they've got to get a record, and then they've got to do. So are you sort of saying you can sort of maybe do a bit of?
Well, it depends what you're talking about there. If you're talking about like releasing stuff, you have to have some form of structure when you're releasing stuff, because you want to build up notice about what you're releasing, maybe like 3 weeks before you drop the actual song, and then you build up to the album. So that sort of stuff, that's not really got anything to do with like musical stuff, but that's got to do with like promotion and
How this is going for like the deep question, but how do you feel like working with musicians? Like, do you think, because we've had like we've had a lot of problems where people have thought we're trying to take control of the thing when we're not. Like we've stepped in to do a music video, and because obviously we're filmmakers, so we're going to edit it our own way.
Yeah.
And then we bring it
you
back.
Want shots in your own way as well.
Yeah, and we bring it. The bands we work with, we want to be creators ourselves. And we want it to be more of a collaboration. Not like a.
Right, stand over there, do this, do that. Right, take that. See you later.
Like me and Peter, we're not cameramen.
Yeah.
Like you can get anybody to do that. So we feel like a lot of the ideas we do really improve music videos. Like these ideas would not exist without our thing.
Yeah.
And then that musician will then take it, and then they'll hate the edit. And this has happened twice now. So I don't know if it's like a musician thing or they want like the perfect image of themselves. And
that's kind of the thing. So we've just done a music video, right?
Yeah.
And there's no really need for me to be in it, right? I'm a producer. Like I just make the tunes. Lewis and David, they're the frontmen, they're the artists.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's their shit as such, do you know what I mean, to be in front of. I'm not too bothered about it. I'm, like I said to you earlier, I'm much more happy just doing my stuff behind the scenes and stuff like that. But like I said, in that video, I'm only in it for like 20 or 30 seconds, and I'm already worried about what I'm going to look like.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? So I can imagine in that sort of instance, they might just be like, fucking hell, like, I thought I'd look a bit cooler there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
On that sort of stuff, I can get that on that end, but then they might have an entirely different idea of what the video would have looked like.
That's the thing. That's why.
But that's what you talked about before.
After this, we can show him maybe.
Yeah.
But that's stuff that you talk about before then, because the guy that we just shot the video with, right? I've known him like since school and that. But we spoke. We were like, right, we'll do this, and that's what it was. It was more of a collaboration in regards to putting out a video. Like your ideas mixed with our ideas. Let's put it together and let's make a video.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
I feel like it should be like a family. You're all getting along, and it's like a.
That's what the GSD thing is that we've got. It's like general social developments or get shit done for the.
But the thing what we had trouble with is like they didn't understand the way we edited it. We couldn't change anything because it would have ruined.
Well, he didn't want you to change anything.
No, he
just didn't have the shots to be able to.
They became obsessed with making it better, but by making it better, it reduced what we actually done.
Mm.
And there's the other thing as well of like. It might be I was sort of wanted them to approach me as like an artist myself.
Yeah.
To then, you know what I mean?
Or somebody just with a camera to make our video.
Yeah. And that's where I think like a lot of.
Approaching us for convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the approaching is for the ideas as well, because I'm not speaking like a dick. Now I'm not saying I haven't got ideas, but we had a lot of we put 75% of the ideas into it.
Yeah.
But wouldn't exist without that.
Well, even then, like we're still like, we had all these ideas, like of course for the music video, and it was like, all right, cool, and then we organised a meetup there, and it's like, all right, we're going to so and so to record there, and it's like, well, okay, I guess I mean, we had ideas, but then.
Well, what this sounds like.
We're very guerrilla way of shooting, don't we? We don't really plan.
Yeah.
I feel like we know what we're doing. I feel like we can do it without like.
Yeah, like this, like we just rocked up and set up equipment.
Mm.
We're just doing it now, so we don't need like whole sheets of paper.
Yeah. No, well, I'm not saying that you do. Well, I don't think that's how it should be, because I think working off vibes is more of a better thing than working off lines of, do you know what I mean, black and white pieces of paper, because it's more natural. But what it sounds like is that they had a preconceived idea of what exactly they wanted, and they just wanted you to come along and just shoot it. Yeah. Which might be alright for some people.
Well,
but it sounds like you want to be more involved in the artistic and creative process of making something cool.
I should say that I knew this was going to happen, but I was doing it to further my own career.
Did
I was like, no. I needed a music video on my CV just so I could work with musicians in the future. So I'm like, all right, I know I'm going to lose control of this, but I'll do it anyway. So that's where I sort of come in on that. I don't know if Peter was any different on how he done.
I said, like, it's one of those things where I understand where Aaron was coming from.
Can I drink out this glass?
Yeah.
Because Aaron was telling me, hey, this is probably not going to end up the way we want it, kind of thing. So I totally understood that, but I certainly I still wanted my own vision, and that's sort of what we sort of tricked them a little bit, because we did our edits each, because we went away, did our own music video, if you will, out of it, and then we brought them to it, and then we showed it, and then they were like, all right, now cool, let's make ours. And then we were like, the bear. Making a third.
Yeah.
Because like me and Aaron work fine, but when it comes down to it, we can't. If you sat us in front of this laptop and told us to edit a video together, we can't. We're gonna have to do it separately.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. Like if two people work on the same project, it's gonna come out different.
Yeah. But that's kind of what you want.
Yeah. That's
because I like. There's a friend that I know. He's like getting into like producing and stuff like that, but he's more like guitar oriented and stuff like that. And I've like collaborated with him sometimes, and I wouldn't have been able to make the song like that without him, because I had my points with it that I excelled in him, and then he's got the stuff that he excels over me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's,
I think all that stuff comes like as you film it, and then the editing. There's something about the editing, I think, between us two. We got very different styles.
that's a good point.
So it's like if you. I don't want to. I'm not trying to picturise it.
It's alright.
I'm just trying to think that in a
I won't get offended and cancel it, though.
different video of so let's say you both record a song, and then it's almost like you're trying to fight over what the final song sounds like.
Well, that's the problem with bands. How many times have you heard that with bands? Like they'll come head to head is because of that.
It's like, hey, let's add more drums, or
I
want more guitar.
Yeah.
Neither's necessarily right or wrong.
Yeah. But it's just each individual artist's interpretation of what the final product might be.
That's maybe what is for the video. But like, let's say we did all that already. We're like, hey, we're both happy with it. You can have both of the videos. You know,
for me it was like a respect thing, because I had history with these people. I'd also gone off and made some films, so I felt like they should have been asking, can you do some? How do you see us? Like, can you make something of us?
Do you think they were taking advantage more than they were taking?
Well, one of them was. It wasn't like the band. It was just.
Yeah. Well, people know we're going to be talking.
The rest of the band didn't really care. Like, they're there to play music.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't want to call real musicians, but like, they don't really care. Really.
Yeah.
Like, as long as we're not.
Well, they.
Yeah, don't make me look like a fucking idiot, mate. I'll be alright. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm like. You know what I mean? Just don't make me look like an idiot, and I'll be alright.
The total disrespect came where it was like, alright, cool, now mix your two music videos together. And it's like, that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like, do you understand what you're asking, mate?
Yeah,
like, it's like getting 8 guitarists to play one line on a song. It's like, you make that work. Go on, make that work.
Do you have any problems yourself, or are you pretty cool in that department?
No, I'm down to work with anybody, because I wouldn't. Because I've been playing guitar and I'm doing music for like 10 years, right? But I wouldn't say I'm the greatest guitarist in the world. I wouldn't say.
Then why are you here?
Cheers for this. Nah, it's just what it is. Everyone's got their own talents, and everyone's got their own. It's like when I send like a song to Lewis and David, right?
Yeah.
I'll make a beat or whatever, and I'll send it to them, and I'll just think 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10, a bit shit, and they'll come back to me with an entire track, and I'm like, I cannot believe this is the same song.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's got their own things that they're good at, and that's why it's quite good that I've met these two, because I can't fucking write songs and I can't sing, so it's buzzing that I found these two who can do both, so I can just, like I said, just sit behind camera and just make some tunes.
But that's what it is. It's like me and Peter, we both have different strengths, don't we, really? And then we've managed to come together, and like, because obviously I've done like the networking to get this podcast on.
Yeah.
Pete's got all the technical side, and that's the.
I can press the button. No, I can set up stuff.
But that's what I mean, and that's how it works. It's like the same with you guys. You meet these people, and then you can create.
It's a jigsaw. All you need to do is just find the right pieces for your jigsaw. Then you've got a beautiful Bob Ross at the end of it.
That's advice to.
Aaron's gonna go on tonight and watch all of Bob Ross.
Go on YouTube, seriously. Every single episode that he's ever done is on YouTube, and literally they're about 22 minutes long, and you can quote me on that motherfucker, because it is 22 minutes long. And yeah, he just paints, and he talks, and
like, let's just say, if you come back and say, nah, I'm not vibing with it, I don't care.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it.
There's something wrong with it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
if somebody don't get a good buzz off Bob Ross,
I get like sometimes like some people don't like pop music or something, right? Like,
it's understandable.
Yeah, but at the same time, this isn't just pop music. This isn't just Bob Ross like painting by them. if you're a human being, you'll feel it.
Yeah.
Alright.
He
That's
doesn't
my
make you
homework.
feel warm inside as a person. It's just
It's like, oh,
I wish that my granddad or my uncle or something like that. It's like, oh.
Yeah, you're like.
I wish I knew you were.
I do feel happy.
Yeah.
All right, that's my homework then.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Bob Ross. Come in, Peter, Bob Ross. I love him. Alright, Aaron, you can't
I bet everybody in this building knows Bob Ross.
All right, Jesus.
And genuinely, like, if there's all this painting shit about and they don't know Bob Ross, I'll burn all the fucking place down. Because that is a travesty.
Can you say that in Japan? Legally, so we're not connected to this.
If anything does happen, yeah. Just so it's not you two.
Excuse me, I think I have your
All right, should we have our 10-minute cool down period? We wrap it up by just
59 minutes.
just chilling.
59 minutes?
Yeah, we just chill it for 10 minutes. Just
No.
like it's like the outro bit. We bring it down.
So where did the song come in?
The song, what are you talking about? Oh, you mean the intro? We're gonna do the intro, and we're gonna.
Did you like the...
Yeah, because that little click will be exactly where we started. And we're gonna shoot some cool things in Doncaster.
Because I went onto your website to
Yeah.
get a vibe of your aesthetic,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the stuff that's what I got feeling wise.
It's fucking interesting how you actually pick it up so fast. Because honestly, what you actually did, exactly what I was thinking. So
But when I sent you it, I like, he's gonna want some more, and like just the mood that I was in that day, I was like,
Yeah.
I can't be arsed. I really can't be arsed to make any more today anyway. And then you're like, oh, but fucking love it, and I'm like, oh.
It's funny how that works sometimes.
I am shit hot then, aren't I?
Sometimes you get yourself out of it by doing like the bare minimum. But
Yeah.
that's sort of how it works. Like I did that sort of a lot for work anyway. Sort of like I can't be bothered. I'll throw something quick, and then like that's your best work. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even try this.
But what did I say to you earlier about layers in songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at the majority of the songs that do well, they don't have a lot of layers, is because they're so simple for the ear to listen to, so easy listening. You don't have to think about, fucking hell, he's done a crescendo in the second part of that bar, and like, oh my god, where is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it becomes like a task to decode everything in the song. That's why pop songs are so popular. It's just because they're so easy to listen to, and they don't have a lot of layers.
But no, but you can do that thing where you can like, you're basically, I know you're not writing, but you basically are writing a song for like sort of in a way. Because how you came up with the song for this, you're still researching into me, and you're still researching into this, and it's
Yeah,
still
but I
sort
didn't
of.
research that much. I just went on your website, thought it would be grey and dark and that, and I just thought, right, boom. That it wasn't like I wrote down a story of how it meant to feel. I just
But I mean, that's a feeling though. So
definitely.
You still got
words
it.
off the feeling, yeah. But that's what art is. You work on feelings and emotions and stuff like that. Because the more structural it gets, and more written down and by the book it gets, the more it goes away from what it naturally is.
Yeah.
And art is just a natural form.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting to that like sort of like a bit tipsy stage where our hands are like knocking shit. I keep. No, David and Lewis are in, I think 4:30, so got a cool off period.
Yeah, man. Was it 3 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock. I've got to go down in half.
Yeah, man.
Have a break
That's
down.
been cool.
That's it. I'll do it now.